Smile and hello everyone. This is Scratch and Jack, your host for Sunday Night Hangout. As you can see, I'm a mess. I didn't do anything all day but be a bum, and in all that, I was still wearing my underwear. Go figure. Anyway,
you said it again.
This is the Sunday Night Hangout of scale modelers of all shapes and sizes, interests, genres, and skill levels who like to share their tips and tricks with one another and revel in one another's scale modeling achievements. Today we have joining us members of Amazing Plastic and perhaps even some followers, people who are insane enough to do that. Anyway, we have Heath driving us. He's driving us these. You got the H. You're pretty well into the alphabet. There's nobody else in the community that's before you, and you have a name that starts with that letter H. So let's get started.
Just lucky, I guess. Just lucky, I guess.
There's Adam, Bob's here before you, but he's not showing up tonight. And let's go on. What are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I'm just relaxing today after a long weekend of working in the yard and all that. I'm just sitting here relaxing, and then I have to go back to work tonight to finish off cleaning my house. We've got an inspection tomorrow, so.
Very nice. So you're just going to lay low and watch us fools build models then, huh?
I'm just going to sit back here and let you guys take over for a change.
Yes, I know you pull not only your own weights, but our weights as well. You're an amazing guy, Heath. Hi, James. How you doing?
I'm doing fine there, Jack.
Okay. Why can't I see you? Why can't I see you?
Why can't you see me?
Can anybody see James today?
I can.
I can see him in the thing at the bottom, but when the camera goes to him, it's black.
Well, okay. Well, James, you're in the dark today.
Oh, okay.
It's called a clutching device.
Well, as I said, I've got a canopy.
Oh, yeah, you got a canopy
for the MP3 sky. So I've got that part done.
James got a canopy.
My vacuum form canopy.
Okay.
And then today started on my my 1/400 Bismarck.
Oh, there you are.
There you go. Okay, that looks like the flat bottom, or is that the top?
Yeah, it's a waterline model, so it's to the bottom of the hull's mounted on a building board.
Huh?
And that's as much as I've got done with that today. So.
Very good. Very good.
So that's about 2 feet long.
Oh, wow. I think you're going to have to move into a bigger apartment there, mister.
Well, as I said in the thing, I said I'm glad I didn't go for a 1/200 scale, or I'd have a 4-foot model to have to deal with.
Like Phil Robson does, you know, he does 4-foot models in his tiny basement. You live alone in your apartment, but Phil lives with his wife, and no. All his models stay down in the basement. They do not go into the other parts of the house.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's really cool. Cool stuff. Anyway, how you doing, Jay? I haven't seen you in a bit.
Good. Much better than last time. I was dying last time.
I see the formaldehyde worked.
Yes. Shoot that stuff up, and you know, it's better than drugs and cheaper too. But
you're a mean man, Jack. You're a mean man.
But I have been spending the week working on getting the Defiant accurizing parts finished so that can be released next week, Wednesday.
Very good. And you said you're going to send me a set, and I will promise I will put everything else aside and do a video of it, show it off from my perspective anyway, and go from there. Because hey, I mean, if it strikes me, I think things are moving along pretty well with me, so I just might end up building the Defiant again.
That's cool.
Well, I do see a Defiant kit behind you there, Jack.
Oh, I got plenty of Defiant kits behind me. I got, I think, 4 or 5.
Oh my God, Jack! You're a menace.
I'm a menace. Menace to styrene, perhaps. Yes.
This kit is working out to being about maybe 25, 30 pieces, and it's a combination of resin, some styrene, some aluminum.
Oh,
You know, so it's going to be pretty complete, and it's going to give you a really nice model, even if you choose not to light it. But I'm building it so that people can light it. So.
Right. Very good. Then we'll be looking forward to seeing that. And as I said, I will promise you in a week or two, once getting it, I will have a video posted up on my account. Because the other thing on my YouTube account is these Hangouts. So it'll be a good thing to do a break. Excuse me. Anyhow, moving along, we have Ken joining us. How you doing, Ken?
Good, yourself?
Doing very well. How you been since yesterday?
A bit busy, not that much, but
Yeah.
still scratch.
A bit busy. You scratch built about 10 models between now and then.
I did the seat for that Eagle cockpit I done.
Oh, that's awesome.
And since yesterday, Jamie wanted me to scratch build some Star Wars trench scenes for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I managed to get 3 done for her.
Oh, yes. Cool. That is so cool.
I got 3 done for her.
So what scale I don't want to ask what scale that is. I mean,
all right, we're here.
He wanted to
kits?
Hey guys.
Hi. So Ken, you have any scale associated with that?
He wanted 12 inches wide, so I had to scale it down to fit like what I thought was 12 inches, right? You know, make it down to scale a little bit.
And
I don't have no plans to go by. I just go by what I think it is, right? What size it is, and that.
Right.
Usually works. Usually works out pretty good.
Yeah, we gotta talk to you about all that puttying that you do. You do a pretty good job of puttying. That would be an awesome lesson to follow, because we all have to do some puttying on some of these bad kits that we do.
That's the kind of putty I use.
Total Pro.
I find it good.
Red. There is a shoot. I don't even have it with here.
It's a
glazing, looks like the 3M
putty.
Right. This stuff is the same, very similar. Am I right, Jay? The 3M.
Yeah, the Bondo stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I have it too here.
That's the stuff they use in automotive, like.
Yeah.
Right.
It's real good.
Yeah, this stuff.
Well, heck, I thought I had it on my desk here.
Yeah.
All right, that's.
Which minute?
But you can thin that with acetone. Am I right on that?
Yep. Acetone or lacquer thinner.
Yeah.
Lacquer thinner. It's a lacquer thinner base.
See, I'm all stuck on this now. Anyway, moving along. How you doing, Mike?
Scott next, isn't it?
Well, in alphabetical order, M comes before S.
All right. Is that the 14th letter of the alphabet?
Yeah. Don't get me to count, because counting is dangerous coming out of my mouth.
I've been working on several different projects. One of them for Mitch. Been working on this Eagle windows. That's the only piece I have. I don't have it. That's the decals for the small Eagle.
Oh, okay.
They're taped to the top.
Right.
And what I have done, working in that.
Uh-huh.
That's to go. One could print these out on decal paper if they wanted to, and or cut them out of the paper.
Mhm.
Um, and then you know, glue them on a piece of styrene or glue them directly in, and put a piece of clear over the top of that.
Well, that certainly will avoid building the interior and having fingers inside.
Yeah, because these resin castings, there's not really any.
Right.
Uh,
Or it's thick. It's not worthwhile doing it. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm doing that for Mitch. That did all that work. I got it sent to him so that he can put it with his. Was it a Raven kit?
Uh-huh.
A Raven or Falcon or I'm not sure.
Fuck.
Anyway, the windows will work on the Eagle
Uh,
kit that if people buy them, but I did that work for him. So I got that done, and then I'm working on a tanker body for one of my cab over truck projects. This one being the 1950. It'll go something like this.
oh, uh-huh. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Just got this in primer. Oh, it's Greek. I soaked that in white bleach white tire cleaner,
Uh-huh.
and the only thing that saved it is I got primer on it, by the way, and it's pretty rank. The casting was, kind of smelly. That's a Jimmy Flintstone thing, and as is the cab. And then I have the chassis off of regular Brazil kit.
Right. Right. That would be cool. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a long time, and I'm really anxious to see some of your work being posted back up again. Maybe I should. I haven't looked at your page lately, but
I haven't really been posting any model. I've really been having a considerable amount of difficulty with Chrome and Google.
uh,
It it will work. It does work on the laptop, which is Windows 7.
right.
It works pretty good. But this is an XP.
XP, yeah, it's already starting to get outdated. It's one of their best platforms.
I know they decided to Chrome and Google and them. They've decided to go along with the program that Microsoft has put out that
Uh-huh.
does not support
Right.
XP. And this is XP Pro 64-bit. I mean, it runs well. I think it runs
Oh, okay. And
well.
not only what's that?
Windows 7's okay. Not really.
Right. Well, it not only worked out alphabetically, but we're always saving the best for last, kind of. That will be new participants. Isn't that right, Scott? It's the first time you've been on with us.
Yeah, actually it is.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Well, welcome, Scott, to the Hangouts. And so what are you working on your workbench there?
I am working on my truck build, GMC truck build, and I know I'm trying to get it done before spring because there's a lot of stuff going on in the spring, and I don't usually do a whole lot of modeling in the summertime. I'm usually too busy for that.
Right.
So I'm just trying to get this wrapped up. I actually got the interior. See if I can even show you this. I got the interior done. Most plow trucks I ever get into are trashed out inside.
That gnarly. That is so cool.
Oh, I filled it the front seat full of energy drink cans and newspapers and shopping bags and all that stuff because that's usually they are when I get into a truck to plow. Even when I was working, I always had to push stuff aside to even get in the truck so I could plow.
Right.
So I thought, why not go ahead and get the thing? I plan on putting it on a diorama and having it plow snow and doing the whole 9 yards. Kind of my tribute to a northern Michigan winter.
You know, I build my cars all spotless and clean. That is not the way I keep my car. I keep my car very much the way you keep your models.
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of people do. Unfortunately, my wife is. I am always after her about keeping our vehicles clean inside. Plow trucks are the worst because it's a working vehicle and not one person drives it. So a lot of people drive it, and none of them like to take the time to clean it out. So it's always full of junk.
Well, show us out one more time.
Yeah, all right.
And then hold still for a minute. Some of our things don't catch up.
Wow. Is there anything on the floor?
Yeah, there's some rags on the floor and energy drink cans.
Okay.
Yeah, I can get a little bit better. Yeah, there you can see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
I mean, I'd like to try and make that's kind of where I get in my problems. I get a little carried away with the details. But that's just me. I like to do that.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, you know, I finally my brain fart cleared up, and I found what I was. This is Bondo, not 3M. It's the same thing you use there. This is the putty you use. It's very red in all its glory. Oh boy, that stinks.
Yeah.
Just in a little.
Need your fume hood on.
Oh, hi here. Well, anyhow, what I am threatening to work on, and I finally got the diorama part worked out. I am going to be doing a diorama. It's just going to be Star Wars for me all year because I'm really excited with the new movie coming out. This is that got me all excited as a 12-year-old watching the movie, 13-year-old. This is the chase scene in the trench of the Death Star, and that's what I'm going to be building. Is this scene, and what I wanted to figure out how to do is the background, because this is going to be a diorama you're going to hang on the wall, very much like a picture. It's going to be somewhat of a 3D type of picture. We'll see how well it works out. And my partner is a painter, and we found one of his canvases that he didn't finish. I says, this is perfect. It looks like a, what is it, the 40-60 millimeter film, like the Star Wars movie is actually filmed on. It's that kind of a letterbox shape. And just paint the background, and we figured how to mount the models in front of it using either acrylic, like plexiglass, or music wire, which is wire you'd find inside of a piano that's often used in RC. So that's figured on plywood, and it'll be way too heavy. This is just a canvas, just like a painting would be. I just support it from behind. I got my X-Wing, got my Darth Vader, and two of the TIE Fighters. These are the Fine Molds model kits. And I was even thinking of getting another Millennium Falcon and including that in the whole thing. But I bought this current one about $40. I think they're going for like $140 now on eBay. I'm having a tough time finding another one. So if you guys find one that's reasonable, like $40 or $50, I'll certainly buy it. Because this one is going to be another diorama. It's going to be inside the spaceport at Mos Eisley. Kind of do a flat one, diorama, and do something else. I don't know if there was anything else as we do Star Wars, but I Those are the two things that I'm really wanting to work on. So that's what I have. Don't everybody
Very
talk at
cool.
once.
Very, very cool.
Excellent. Excellent. And yesterday we didn't have much opportunity to look at our community. Besides, oh, here we go. This is what I want to find. Is this is a diorama. I'm very big on dioramas these days. And this take 1945, a 1:5 scale diorama.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
This is
I
very.
love the flamethrowers.
Yes, the
Oh, that's
flamethrowers.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. That's awesome. I saw that yesterday. I was amazed. The flamethrower looks so awesome on it.
Yeah.
What would you think that would be made of?
Either styrene or I would make it out of expandable foam. You know, like the stuff that they use for window sealing up windows and holes in your walls and such.
Hmm.
I can show you what I mean. Hold on.
That's interesting because the first thing I thought of when I saw that was embroidery thread. Embroidery thread is pretty thick, and it comes in vibrant colors, and you use it with Elmer's glue to shape it that way.
I was thinking maybe when you open a prescription bottle and there's the fuzzy cotton inside,
Yes.
you pull that out and stretch that out.
True.
Yeah, that might work
That
too.
was my thought.
I am still working on this resin kit of Godzilla, and I wanted to build a small fuel tank, gasoline storage or whatever. And so I used that expandable foam, and this is only painted yellow right now, but I wanted kind of a huge explosion going on. So this is going to be yellow with reds and browns and blacks for smoke coming off. But this is
so cool.
This is made of expandable foam. So, and anybody who says Godzilla is supposed to be green, no, he's not. He's gray.
Oh. Not even a green gray, huh?
No, he's charcoal gray.
Unless your 3D glasses are out of adjustment, he's gray.
The first time I saw him was on a black and white TV screen, so.
See? He was gray.
He was gray back then. That's right. That's how I look at it, too. That's old school.
This was a model of the the late 1960s Godzilla.
Yeah.
And this was actually a fun resin kit to put together. I've only got a base coat and a little bit of wash on him, but I want to do a lot more wash, and I want to light up his fins back here.
Yeah.
It might even be fun to try to do a flame coming out of his mouth and into the thing. But I'm figuring if I pick up an HO scale or an N scale, from a train set, oil refinery or something, I could use that as the basis for the explosion.
Definitely get one of those flicker flame lights to put in it then.
Oh yeah.
That'll look cool.
Someone did Monster from the Planet. Yeah.
It'd be fun to put like a smoke generator in there too.
Yeah.
And that's probably going a little. That's me and going overboard again.
Oh, I was talking to somebody at my hobby store earlier today, and it's like I can't build models out of the box anymore. I've always got to do something to them to make them more accurate, better, whatever, you know.
I had a great deal of trouble. The only thing I built 99% stock out of the box is a trailer that holds one of the midgets that sits on one of the midget racers. That's the only thing I built stock.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's like my fiance bought me the Pegasus Nautilus, and I love the model, but I don't really care for the stand. You know, the squid on the stand.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to use this for something else.
We're back to tentacle sex, you know.
Yeah. I've got some anime kit. No, I better not go there. I have some resin anime characters that no.
Oh, Sailor Moon. Oh
Yeah.
Well, we have our UK friend Craig Kerr, which he's like an amazing modeler. This stuck out to me. Yellow dirt looks like sulfur, actually. How would one do something like that? Doing it so delicately.
He's using pastels, I think.
Yeah, he's a pastel user.
Yeah.
I still have them. You have.
Sorry?
I have different pastels that I use modeling. And I just take a piece of sandpaper.
Yeah.
Here's something you can use those too. You just take sandpaper and just sand a little bit off, and you can wash some white, paint it on your surface, blow that on there, take another brush, throw it up.
You mean to tell me you use pencils?
I've used the pencils before, or you can use the like a square crayon or a round crayon. You can dry pastels in the oil. Unfortunately, I'm showing you the oil right now.
This is another option. It's just pastels in a cream.
Yeah, those are good. Those are nice.
And you can buy the pastel powders too in the art store too. So
yeah, you can, but I find it easier to just take a pastel and
scrape it with the.
Yeah, do what Scott does. I grind it on some sandpaper and then store it in little containers like this. Like this is some gray pastel powder.
Yeah.
That I'll use, and then you just brush it on the way you want. The nice thing is, if you put too much on, you can clean it off, and then once it's done, you give it a shot of dull coat or even hairspray.
Yeah, something to fix it,
and it stays.
Yeah.
Looking at it a little more closely. This is interesting that some modelers don't want high def pictures so you can zoom in on their work.
The thing is that it's upload time. That's the thing that cuts back on what I upload.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they don't want to accept it. The pictures I take, they're huge. I have to bring them down.
Yeah, I think Craig said, I think the only thing that was giving him trouble was the lenses. He was having trouble with getting them right. But other than that...
Well, for some of your armored vehicles, do you guys know what Captain tape is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll work in those lenses very well. Take the patience of Job to cut out little pieces.
A British tank named Al Capone. This doesn't seem right.
No, that seems right.
Very nice. That is like a really nice paint job. I like that. I like dirty. I'm getting to the point that I like to build things that would normally be dirty. Although the car builds that I do
I'm actually going to be building a tank pretty soon.
Oh,
Oh, T60.
I found a decent model of a T60. This is a newer release. I've never heard of this company before, but every model of a T60 that I've seen before has been pretty crappy. And it's a small model. It's only a 72nd scale, which is actually what I wanted because I'm turning it into the flying tank that the Soviet Union tried to make work, and they had to take most of the armor off of it and the gun off of it and everything just to test it. And it flew, and it was able to drive itself back to the base, but a fully armored one like that, they just didn't have a plane that was strong enough to tow it into the air. and you know, the Americans tried to come up with a flying tank, the Germans did, and I think pretty much everyone decided this is just a bad idea. You know? So,
Well, it's not a show, it's not a hangout without a stop at Don Gilchrist's Rockets.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Looks like he's got an Aries here that he's put together.
yeah.
So, you know what?
The only thing I haven't seen him do is Blue Joe. That's the Atlas first stage with the capsule on top and the escape tower.
Yeah.
To test the escape tower.
hmm
A very interesting film to watch.
Yeah, it is, because the little Joe itself, the booster, started gyrating really badly, and it broke up in flight. It wasn't supposed to, but it kicked on the the escape tower, and so it was a successful test, even though it didn't go the way they wanted it to. So
Typical Atlas film.
yeah.
It won't blow up on the pad. It'll blow up somewhere else. If they'd used Titan rockets, they'd have never had any trouble. You wouldn't need means.
I found another one of his. He posts pictures individually, and it's kind of. I don't know.
While you're posting that, I'm going to show something I just acquired in the mail.
Oh, some blue
yeah.
loopers.
I wanted to try those. Let me know how they work out.
I certainly will. They are
Toast.
very thick and heavy.
Huh.
It's pretty much made. $14 so. But it does say, it gives in the instructions, it says to take a lighter and burn off the old glue and reuse these.
Yeah. I made one of these, which you can get its focus on the tip there. That's just
Yeah.
That's
I
a-
had one, and
that's,
it rolled
that's-
off somewhere never to be seen.
yeah. I just took a sewing needle and cut the end off of it, and I use this for most super glue application.
The first thing I'm gonna try on this is not glue. First thing I'm gonna try in the door seams.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bottle of Tamayo smoke,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and this specifies it's got to be thin stuff. And I think
yeah.
I can touch that with this thing here and actually get it to flow down the door seam without looking too bad. Some people get that way too dark. So what I do is I usually saw inside there, get it really deep so that when the paint goes in there, if it's a dark colored paint, it automatically looks like a door seam.
Right.
You know what I really love about Don's posts is that his posts tend to. His workbench always looks worse than mine.
Well, I wanted to say here's a good example of his workbench, and
And that's hard to do.
And two things about it that come to mind is that yes, he uses PVC pipe for a lot of his rocket builds, and
Yeah.
he just does. This is just PVC pipe you'll get at the building center or hardware store.
Hmm.
He just builds these separately and inserts them in. And also with all these missiles and rockets around and the condition of his workbench, the UK version of Homeland Security might think he's building real missiles.
Yeah.
He certainly goes to a lot of effort to try to get the plumbing right. That's for
Yeah.
Yes, he certainly does do that.
I mean, he's got a whole spool there of patch wire that he's going through. So
Yeah. Hey, by the way, people who might be interested, if you have a Hobby Lobby nearby, check out their clearance section, because I've been to 3 different Hobby Lobbies and they are clearing out a bunch of Vallejo paint.
Oh, are they?
They're still carrying it. They're still carrying Vallejo, but they're clearing them out for like $1.49 a bottle.
Oh wow!
I'll go tomorrow.
And
Oh, wow.
I bought like 25 bottles. So
Not only is my lobby hobby on the other side of town, but the highway that gets you there is now under construction. So I'm not going to go for $1.50.
yeah, but I actually took all of the paints that they had, put them into a basket, and then went through them to see, duplicates, and I put back the duplicates and I kept everything else. So I ended up buying about 25 bottles of paint. And
I have found that you can't have enough black, white, and red.
mhm.
If you use, those seem to be the ones that go fast.
Yeah.
Well, to show that Don is serious.
Yeah.
yeah, that was Titan. Yeah.
And obviously he doesn't live in earthquake country.
Awesome. That is like he is building like one for every mission.
Yeah.
He even has. Look at the. There's an. What's the one with the spinning satellite on top?
Explorer.
Explorer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one there is a very obscure model.
Yeah. I don't know if it ever actually made it into space.
I think every time they tried it.
Yeah, I think it kind of blew up on the pad or on the way.
Yeah. I don't think actually having your payload spin is conducive to rocketry.
Yeah, the shuttle always would spin it up before they actually launched it, but it didn't spin in the bay while they were launching.
No.
I'd like to see somebody do a decent model of the Russian N1, which was supposed to be their moon ship, and that was a big rocket, and every one of them blowed up real good.
Yeah, you want to make sure you stay inside the bunker, not leave the bunker.
Yeah, well, the Saturn V had the F1 engines, and it had 5 of them on its first stage. The N1 had, I think, 36 engines.
Yes. Wow.
So,
as will the heavy lift Falcons
yeah,
by
And-
SpaceX.
yeah,
Because that's three times 9.
27.
Yeah, so they'll be a little bit less than it's going to carry more than everything else ever did except for the Saturn V.
Yeah, well, the Saturn V is still the biggest, most successful.
Yeah.
One, they never lost one. Came real close on the second test flight, but they never actually lost one. They had a resonance problem that was causing the engines to pogo stick, basically, and it would have shaken itself apart had it not run out of fuel and staged. And then the second stage, this was on the second flight. The second stage, one of the engines shut down, and because it was the spark igniter was damaged and it wasn't firing right, and so the computer did what it was supposed to do, and it sent a signal to shut down the engine, but they wired it wrong and it shut down a good engine, so it lost two engines. Yeah, it ended up flying almost horizontally for a while, but they gimbaled enough to be able to get it up into position to launch the third stage into orbit. But
well, you know, he's doing the history of the rockets. But speaking of history, I think we are all old enough to know this iconic photo from the Tiananmen Square protest in China. But is it a photograph?
Oh my
yeah,
God.
isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, he's done a beautiful work on that.
Wow.
They've even got the guy standing in front of the tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did some other work too.
Oh, this is the model. This is the model.
He's even got the bag in his hand.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So when you do a diorama, it doesn't have to be about your favorite movie scene. It could be about history. This is actually the sort of thing you'll see in the museum.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah. I had a friend who was there when that was happening. She was a foreign exchange student, and I was really worried about her for a while, but she was okay. But
that was posted on our community. So amazing stuff. Don't everybody talk at once.
I know there's some other pictures posted too. If you look on his website, he did he worked with some photographers or something. He did also models of the Hindenburg and some other ones. You have to look at them. Go on to his website and show there's other pictures. Go over and down, there's other pictures of other IRS. Oh, you'll have to look at I
could hardly hear that.
All this work. I'm trying to think of the other stuff he did. I just remember the Hindenburg. That was something I always thought was neat or something in a diorama. I think I get more done on
Shipbuilders that do things there might be one or two interesting things, but Christina, she's got that one underwater where the Titanic is.
She's got the Titanic underwater, yeah.
yeah.
oh yeah.
There's lots of room besides war and stuff like that. There's plenty of room for other things. I was going to suggest someone do the model of the that hull that they got in, I think it's in Holland, of that Viking ship.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've got diorama I've wanted to do for a while. I've got the Robbie the Robot kit, the original kit that came out, not the one with not the movie poster based one. And I've got the Dr. Smith and the Robot kit that's in the same scale. And I wanted to do a model of a scene from one of the episodes of Lost in Space where they were on board a prison ship. And Robbie was basically prison guard, and trying to get, Dr. Smith was standing on the thing where they froze the prisoners, and just a little scene from that I think would be fun to do.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, like I said, I'm excited, and it's the first movie that I remember seeing that I was thoroughly enthralled and excited. I'm jumping in my seat. Remember, I'm a 13-year-old, and that brings back a lot of memories, and it's going to certainly relive some of my childhood fantasies of building these kits that didn't really exist at that time. Even if they did, I wouldn't have been able to buy them. I'm not even sure how old the fine molds kits are when they first produced them, but certainly I would have had to scratch. Yeah, I did scratch build them. I certainly did do that because I always wanted my kits. This is a step in a different direction. It's actually accurate.
I love it when a movie grabs you and gets you so involved. I still remember the first time I saw the movie Apollo 13, and I'm sitting here literally on the edge of my seat, digging my fingers into the arms of the seat, and then all of a sudden I go, wait a minute, I lived through this. I know they make it.
You know how it ends.
Yeah,
despite its storytelling flaws, even Titanic, having how many people went to see it, it's the biggest blockbuster ever made, and we know how the story ends. It's not about the story necessarily.
Yeah.
We want to see how the ship sinks.
Well, that's why I say that the Titanic may be the perfect movie, because it's a chick flick romance that has a big ass ship breaking in half and sinking for the guys. So,
covers the spectrum.
Watching the movie The Unsinkable Molly Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had quite a little bit of tearjerker, the guys, the band playing tight things, and that was very impressive.
Yeah.
For its day and age.
Yeah. I always wanted to make and I'm dead serious about this, I always wanted to make a snow globe that had the wrecked Titanic sitting on the bottom, and when you shook it up, all kinds of little tiny skeletons would come floating around.
Only Jay.
Yeah.
Chicken throwing contest.
He says it with such a everyday demeanor.
There's always one in the crowd. That's funny though. I love it. That's great.
With skeletons. Well, I think even the fish ate those too. I did see something on TV where it was one of those bathyspheres that went so far down. It was one of the first times that they were able to put people down there that far. And it's pitch black, and the ocean floor has no light. I mean, it's completely barren. But light can reach out into the darkness. It's just like a desert out in the middle, like the Gobi Desert, nothing. And then they come across this dead whale that has sunk to the bottom. And there were all these crabs about 6 feet across. These crabs are this big, all over this whale, and within 20 minutes, the whale was gone. Bones and all.
Oh, kidding, Rob.
Yeah.
20 minutes, bones and all. And they filmed the whole thing, and they showed parts of it, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. And to think that these crabs live down there, and they're pale like ghosts, they're pale white, and that's what happened to big fish or big whales that die in the ocean. They sink to the bottom, and these crabs eat them up.
Well, that kind of ruins the idea of skeletons by the Titanic.
That's what I'm saying. Even they're eating the skeletons too, eating the bones.
Yeah.
Well, you can have whale bone is not bone.
What's that?
Whalebone is not bone. I think the types of whales that happen to have teeth. That's the hardest part on whale. Whalebone is
Sharks are made
have
of cartilage, but yeah.
I think whales have bone, but sharks have cartilage.
Yeah, whales do have bone. I've got some whale bone that was collected.
It's very
Yeah,
very thin.
yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I'm not proposing building a diorama of that going on.
Yeah.
Collected from skeletons to pale black crab.
I think one of the most amazing things about the movie Titanic, and I didn't realize it until after I saw it, was that every shot of the Titanic underwater is a real shot of the Titanic underwater. It was not special effect.
Right.
You know, they went down in mini subs and actually filmed it.
Oh,
Well, moving on, and our friend Joe McCaslin is working on a Huey helicopter.
Yep.
And I don't know if this is a kit. I'd like to talk to him about it. But with that being said, it's a guarantee that he is making the interior of this chopper.
Yeah.
He is making
this is a more modern Huey than my era. This has the sand catchers and stuff like that on the and stuff. Much more modern.
So really detailed kit. I got to say, it's actually very pleasing because it's that detailed.
Is that a twin engine Huey?
Yeah, with the sand catchers.
Yeah.
That's the later model.
I don't remember if the early Hueys only had a single engine or not.
The first ones did. Yeah.
Okay.
They quickly found out that in places like Nam, when it's really hot, you can't get them off the ground with any real load. The density altitude is too high, so they resunk it, put in second engine.
Cool. Cool beans. I like
The
that.
only thing I disagree with on that is not the model kit manufacturer. His rivets are not real. They're way too big. Way too sticky out.
I don't want to stand them down though.
I think this is. There is something else here. This is certainly a kit. I'm not even sure what it is. And it's one of Joe's things, and he says, when I screen share, that'll make more sense. All right, he's saying here, first update, well, one of the fort, and then a bit of the Huey. Starting point for the fort is to determine where to cut and what to sand away. Fort, what is he talking about?
Fortress E-17.
Okay.
He's making a visible E-17.
Yeah.
And I like his photography because it makes sense. It's not cluttered in background. You can see what he's doing. Pretty cool stuff. This is certainly a kit here. I like that little, that's what, hydrant, I don't know, fire hydrant.
Fireball.
This is also very detailed. If anybody keeps up with his work, he likes to show off interiors. I talked to him one day. He says he likes to work on the interiors, and he sure as hell is going to make sure that they're seen.
Yeah.
He's not one of those modelers that do an interior then cover it up. Wow, really cool stuff. That looks cool. Like that's part of the kit. It's actually a kit that looks like.
That's the shame of making a detailed interior on anything and then having to put a top coat. It almost makes you cringe when you have to do it.
Well,
Because it's like my truck, you know, you put an effort
And you can
into it,
open it up and
unless they're crawling on top of it, you really can't see it.
right. Right. So
Well, there are a lot of wooden shipbuilders who will build the full interior,
Oh
even
yeah.
though they know it'll never be seen.
I have one.
Because it was there, so they want it there. You know.
You'd have to look into a gun port with some sort of probe or something.
Yeah.
So I've maybe even poked fun at to James a little bit because he does paper models.
Yeah.
And you do plastic models too, just the same. But to show that you're not alone, there's somebody delving into actually wood.
Yeah.
Not balsa. It doesn't look like balsa. This looks like
Looks like pine.
pine. Yes, this looks like pine.
Oh, the
I
robot.
think that's the second one I think he's posted.
Yes. Yes.
Does look like Gundam, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. This looks like a wood be there. This is
Has anybody
the community.
this Chevy pickup that was done in wood?
Yes.
Joe just chimed in. He said that he will be out of box, no additions. The B-17 will be cut away build.
Yeah.
Visible.
I love cutaway models. One of my dreams is to find like a 12-inch diameter plastic ball and a styrene ball or something. I want to do a cutaway of the command module of the Discovery from 2001, showing everything and even having the centrifuge rotating and such. I think that would be really awesome to build.
And the pod bay doors?
Pod bay doors will open if Hal says so.
Okay.
I've got a book about 2001 that does show. It's a hand sketched blueprint, but it does show how everything is laid out inside that thing. So I would. I'm just thinking that would be very definitely a long-term project, but it would be awesome when it was finished.
And one of our members had a birthday yesterday, Tony McCash.
Tony, yeah.
Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday?
It was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
I was going to wish him a happy birthday, but I had some computer problems, and so happy birthday, Tony!
I couldn't post to him either. I don't know, maybe we're all blocked.
That's okay. I posted to him. Maybe I should have said, oh, and Mike and Jay says it too. They just can't.
I comment on one of his posts and said happy birthday. And I wasn't particular about which one.
All right. Well, veering off a little bit to a little bit of sci-fi here. This is the I got to say that the Aztecing on this is actually very good.
Yeah. Who posted that? Jeffrey
Moore. Yeah. Although this kit is made to be lit, and I do see he's using the photo wedge.
Yeah.
The spinners.
No matter what you think of the movie, that's a damn nice kit.
The kit itself is very nice.
Yeah, the kit is beautiful. So,
Either with no sitting in this one.
Yeah, I've got to get the photo etch for that yet because I've got the kit. I've just got to get the photo etch for it.
Yeah, I got a couple of these kits. Let's see if I lean back and do the weatherman thing. It's right there and there. There's one weatherman thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Actually, I was at a convention and a comedy group did Wrath of Khan the musical,
Oh, cool.
which was absolutely hilarious.
well, you know, I gotta say that Heath has sent me this, and I looked at it several times, and I'm afraid I'm not going to build this. It's too complicated.
Oh, a Ferrari. Yeah.
It's a complicated kit.
Hey, what happened to
1990.
what happened to Heath anyway?
Well, I don't know. He was here earlier, wasn't he?
He started off with us, and he just sort of dropped out.
Oh, okay.
After Scott came in, he left group chat, according to the timeline.
Okay. Well, anyhow, fellas, it's been an hour of Sunday Night Hangout. And we did show a lot of scale modeling and a little bit of tips and tricks in there, too. I'd like to thank everyone in the community, always. Always. You guys are great. Always posting stuff, always wanting to share them, and also learning from them, too. I'm getting better. I got to say, this community's got me better a lot faster and with a lot less effort, actually. So, James, thanks for stopping by and sharing what you have. And also looking forward to your builds as well, your next posting. You haven't posted in a while, so get working. And Jay, thanks for sharing what you have too, and really looking forward to the actorizing kit for the USS Defiant from the Star Trek Deep Space Nine series.
Mm-hmm.
And Ken, thanks for stopping by too, and sharing what you have as well. And Mike, it's been a long time, and thank you for stopping by and sharing as well. And for the first time, Scott, I hope you enjoyed yourself hanging out with us. Perhaps we'll see you again. Even if you're not modeling, you can always stop by and say hello too.
I will do that.
All right, thank you everyone for watching the Sunday Night Hangout at the Amazing Classic Google Plus community. Happy modeling, everyone, and good night.
Good night.